Women, don't let this happen to you. Women, don't let this happen to you. What's up, everybody? My name is Kier, and you are watching The Important Things That Really Matter. Today, we're going to be talking about women, don't let this happen to you. We're going to be talking about a lady who got punched in her mouth, okay? And what I'm going to be talking about today is how to avoid this from happening. So I'm going to give you the talents, the abilities, the skills to be able to avoid getting punched in the mouth, getting hit in the face. And so you want to stay tuned and watch this video all the way through. But before I get into it, I want to say fair use, fair use, fair use. Also, too, I like to say, would you please subscribe? Would you please subscribe? Would you please subscribe? If you subscribe, I promise you that you will have access to information from my channel that will save you thousands upon thousands of dollars and or save you a whole lot of pain and suffering, okay? So you want to please subscribe so you can have access to all this very, very useful information. Now, today, one of the things I want to talk about, which is extremely important for a lot of people, and I hope my nieces are watching, is there was a woman that got punched in the mouth. I'm going to show you real quick what you can do to avoid getting punched in the mouth, getting punched in the face. I know the society nowadays basically teaches women through the programming of the television, through the programming of the movie, through the programming of the music. All of these things and these different factors are involved with teaching women that they should disrespect men, teaching women how they need to emasculate men. And all I'm saying is this, with this programming by the media and or programming by a lot of women's mothers, they've been taught to disrespect men. And to help you out tremendously, that's basically like you shooting your own self in the foot. Because what's going to end up happening in the process of you disrespecting men or you emasculating a man and you making him look bad in front of a bunch of people, nobody's going to protect you. Nobody is going to protect you. And we're living in times right now where you need protection. So anyway, let's get into the story. Once again, fair use, fair use. About a year and a half ago, or almost 2 years ago, there was a woman, and she had got hit in her mouth. And I'm gonna tell you what ended up happening. This particular woman, she was, of course, African-American female, and she evidently was not taught by her mother to respect men. Matter of fact, she was disrespecting a man. And so anyway, this woman was walking down the street, and there was a number of people around her. So of course, since there was a number of people around her, she's feeling protected, okay? So I don't know what happened, but this woman decided, this African-American female decided she was gonna go off on this man. She decided to get loud with this man, decided to get not only loud with this man, decided to pretty much cuss him out, get loud with him, embarrass him in front of all the people that were around. And so, in the process of doing that, the man told her, "Lady, I will beat your ass in front of everybody. If you don't stop talking to me, if you don't shut up." The guy told the woman, he warned her, "I'm gonna beat your ass if you don't leave me alone. If you don't shut up, I'm gonna beat your ass." This is what the guy was saying. So the guy warned her. But what did she do? No, she didn't listen, because she was probably taught by her mother and probably taught by the media, television, movies, internet, programming her to disrespect men. And so the man had already warned her to leave him alone, stop talking to him. She wouldn't do it. She kept on doing it anyway. Anyway, the guy had warned her. The guy had warned her. So let me tell you what the guy did. There was a number of people around. She embarrassed this man. She got loud with this man, started cussing this man out. And so anyway, in the process of time, what ended up happening was there was a guy that was nearby. So the guy didn't want no problems with anyone. He went up to the guy and said, listen, man, is this your woman? Now the guy heard this woman getting loud with him in front of everybody. This guy heard this woman cuss the man out, get loud with him, emasculate that man in front of a number of other people. This man turned, after hearing all this stuff, turned to the guy and said, no, she ain't my woman. When the guy said that, no, she ain't my woman, guy said, thank you. He turned around and punched that woman right in her mouth. It's not a funny situation, not a funny situation at all. So the woman later on, her lip looked like my hand. Her lip looked like my hand. She was crying and boo-hooing, talking about, look at me, look at me, look what happened to me. We see a situation where she wants everybody to feel sorry for her, but the whole situation could have been completely avoided if all she did was just keep her mouth shut. Right now, we are living in times where there's a lot of men under a whole lot of pressure. You got pressure from families. You got pressure and stresses from life. A lot of men are under a whole lot of pressure. And so when you have a woman that deliberately disrespects a man on purpose and embarrasses him in front of other people, what do you think gonna end up happening? This whole situation could have been completely avoided to where the guy didn't even have to give her a warning. All she had to do is do what the Bible say. Treat people like you want to be treated. Treat people like you want to be treated. That woman knew she did not want anyone to curse her out, get loud with her, go off on her or anything, but she gonna go ahead and do this to a man in front of a number of people, which caused him to punch her in the mouth. Now, is it right? No. It wasn't right for the guy to punch the woman in the mouth. It also wasn't right for her to emasculate this man, to degrade this man, and make this man feel less of a man by going off on him and getting loud in front of everybody. And the wild thing about it is, there was a guy right next to her that would have possibly helped her. But this man that was next to her seen her go off on this other guy. So if the guy was gonna help, he's not gonna help now because he's seen you disrespect this man in front of everybody. And so her lip was her lip looked like my hand. This woman's lip looked like my hand on top of my lip. Her hand was just, her lip got to hit the woman in the mouth, okay? All of this could have been completely avoided if the woman had followed the golden rule. Treat people like you want to be treated. Treat people like you want to be treated. Treat people like you want to be treated. You know you don't want nobody up in your face cursing you out. You know you don't want nobody getting loud in front of everybody. You know you don't want all this disrespect. So treat people like you want to be treated. This is what mothers should be teaching their daughters. This is what mothers should be teaching their daughters. Is this being taught? No. Because in most cases, many mothers are teaching their daughters to disrespect men. Okay? Talk to them like a dog. And which is also the reason why a lot of men refuse to come up to a woman and ask them out for a date. Because they don't want the woman to go off on them. They don't want the woman to cuss the man out, embarrass him, get loud in front of a bunch of other people. The men just say, I'm not even gonna go there. And do you blame a man? Why would a man come up to a woman and try to ask her out if he got to risk being embarrassed or someone getting loud with him or somebody talking to this man like a dog only because the man asked her out or so? So I'm not saying this is what happened in this particular situation. This woman was just going off on a guy, period. Okay? All this could have been avoided. The woman could have avoided getting hit in the mouth, all this stuff. But also what you don't understand too is this. About a year to a year and a half later, after this event had taken place, where the guy had punched the woman in the mouth, a year to a year and a half later, once again, fair use, This made the news. Are you hearing me? This made the TV news where men, I think this was in New York, were randomly walking down the street, just hauling off and punching women in the face. Let me say that again. This made the TV news in, I think, New York. There were men that would randomly walk down the street and punch any random woman in the face, in the mouth, randomly. It made the TV news. So this is letting a lot of women know that men have gotten tired of disrespect. Men have gotten tired of the fact that they don't want to even do what the Bible requires women's job description. Ladies, do you know what your job description is according to your Creator? Your job description is this: to be a helpmate to a man. But that's been reversed. That's been reversed. Many women look at the men like the man is supposed to be a helpmate to the woman. If she has a career, the man is supposed to be the helpmate to the woman. That's how it's got turned around. But according to the Bible, in the book of Genesis, it states, I will make him a helpmeet for him. That is you all's job description. Your job on planet Earth is to be a helpmate to your husband, to your boyfriend. Okay? Whether you like it or not. And when you choose not to do that, or you choose not to teach your daughters not to do that, or you choose to disrespect men or teach your daughters to disrespect men, you're not going to be happy, because men control who they marry or who they don't marry. And right now, what is happening in a lot of situations is a lot of men are choosing not to marry because they're tired of seeing their fathers or uncles or their friends who get married, and then a couple of years later, the woman divorces the man and takes half the man's money. This is part of the reason why a lot of men don't want to get married anymore. A lot of men don't want to come up and talk to a woman anymore because of the disrespect that a lot of men have experienced in the past. So there are events. I just read recently where a very well-known YouTuber had an event. Hardly no men showed up. A lot of men are tired of dealing with the nasty attitudes. Men are tired of dealing with the nasty attitudes, tired of the disrespect, tired of the women refusing to be a helpmate to them, which is required by God Almighty. What I want to tell you is this: all you doing is hurting yourself. All you doing is hurting yourself. A lot of men are not going to come and help you if you have a nasty attitude. A lot of men are not going to come up to date you. They're not going to say nothing to you because they don't know what you're going to do. They don't know whether you're going to go off on the man, you're going to scream and holler at him, or what. You're going to curse him out just because the man said, hey, I want to introduce myself to you, or anything along those particular lines. Man may not even want to go out with you. But anyway, I'm giving you some information to help you. I'm giving some information to help my nieces that might be watching this. Treat people like you want to be treated. Talk to people like you want to be talked to. Respect others just like you want to be respected. This whole situation with this woman who got punched in the mouth could have been avoided if she just respected the man the way she wanted to be respected. Peace.